Welcome, everyone, to our live baseball stream. We are live from Wapsie Valley Field. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Shane Kelly. It's opening day at Wapsie Valley Field. Today's matchup features the Belle Plaine Plainsmen from the South Iowa Cedar Conference versus our Wapsie Valley Warriors. Belle Plaine, they come into this game, they're 0-1. They are coming off a tough 11-0 loss against their Class 3A rival Benton Community. Last season, the Plainsmen finished 10-9. They were fourth in conference play. They did graduate 5 starters from last year's team, and this year's team only has 2 seniors, so they've got a very young lineup. Their top offensive players, we expect them to be mostly their upperclassmen. They've got Nate Hoover, he's a senior. Last season, he batted .302. He had a .456 on base percentage and 15 RBIs. He had the most returning. He was 1 for 3 in last night's game. Rhett Parker, he's also a senior. Last year, he batted .241. He had a .400 on base percentage, and he led the team with 5 doubles. Actually, he's a top returning from last year. Ty Alcott, he's a junior. Last season, he had a .264 batting average. He led the team with a .446 on base percentage. He also led the team with 17 walks. He also led the team with 20 runs and 2 triples. So he looked like to be a key player in last year's offense and probably will be this year as well. Also returning is Will Sandcock. He's a sophomore. I think I pronounced that Sandcat. Sandcat? It's an O? Okay. Just want to make sure I pronounce his name right. He's a sophomore. Last season he had a .222 batting average, a .321 on base percentage. He was 1 for 3 last night as well. He's one of the 2 players that got hits last night. Tonight's pitcher will be Wade Sandcock. He's a sophomore. Last season he didn't pitch a whole lot. He had 9.1 innings, but he did win a game. He had an 0.75 earned run average, so he only gave up 1 run the season last year. He had 9 strikeouts, and opponents just batted .073. I talked to Coach Mengler before the game. He's mentioned that he's got a fastball. He's got somewhat of an off-speed pitch. He called it in between like a curve and slider, and he also throws a changeup. So he's a 3-pitch pitcher. He says his keys to the game, well, almost every coach says throwing strikes, so that's one that he's hoping to see. He wants his hitters to put the ball in play, put some pressure on the defense, and this is a quote from him, make the simple play. And sometimes that can be easier said than done, especially at the high school level. Wapsie. Boy, there's a lot of fun things to talk about with Wapsie. They are 1-0, coming off an exciting win over Class 4A Waterloo East. They beat them 7-1 last night in Waterloo. It was East's first game under their new lights. And remember, they beat us last year with our first game under our new lights. So we pretty much got a little payback on them this year. Last year, Wapsie finished the season 24-13. They finished second in the North Iowa Cedar East with an 8-4 record. They did graduate 4 starters off last year's team. Second baseman Kane Schmitz, shortstop Justice Kelly, outfielder Mason Harder, and outfielder Jackson Kuhlman. So there's going to be some big holes to fill for Coach Jakin and the Wapsie Valley Warriors. Top returning starters for this year, we've got Tucker Latterberg. He's back. He's going to be playing all over in the infield. You'll probably see him a little bit at first. I think you're going to see him at third base tonight. He's also a primary starting pitcher. He is a senior. Last season he had a .437 batting average. He had a .521 on base percentage. Last night he was 1 for 3. He had a walk, RBI. Actually, let me bring this up for you guys. That way you can kind of see where they're going to be playing. Yeah, I did mention that Tucker is going to be playing third base. We've also got Jake Shore. He's returning from last year. He's a senior. He'll be in right field tonight. Last year he batted a .363 average. He had a .448 on base percentage. He did go 0 for 2 last night, but he did have a walk. He had a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Manny Hebner, you're going to see a lot of him at second base this year. Last year he was our primary left fielder, but this year he's going to be at second base. He played there last night, actually. He returns this season with a .272 batting average from last year. He also had a 397 on base percentage. Had a good game last night. He went 2 for 3. He had a double and an RBI. We're also going to see Blake Hesse. Now, Blake is going to be at catcher for a little bit this year. In fact, that's where he's starting at tonight. He returns from last year, and he's a sophomore. He had a 269 batting average last season with a 323 on base percentage. Last night he went 0 for 3, but he did draw a walk, had an RBI, and if I'm not mistaken, he did score the go-ahead run in the game against East last night. Briar Bellis, he's also a returning starter. You'll see him in center fielder. Boy, this young man really played well as an 8th grader last year. He's only a freshman, plays outstanding defense in center field. He returns with a 252 batting average from last year. His on-base percentage was incredible for an 8th grader, 386 on base. Last night, he's already off to a great start. He started the season 2 for 3. He had a walk and an RBI. Some of the newer starters that you'll see this year, you're going to see Caden Dana. Tonight, he's going to be starting in left field. He's a freshman. Last night, he got off to a great start. He went 2 for 4 and had a double. You're also going to see quite a bit of Garrett Shannon. Tonight, he's a designated hitter, but you'll also see him in the infield. He'll probably play some shortstop. You might see him at second base. He'll also pitch for the Warriors this year. Last season, he had a 276 batting average, a 417 on base percentage. He only had 29 at-bats, so he didn't play a whole lot last year, but he did get some varsity time in. TJ Jakin, he'll be at first base. That's the coach's son. He is just a sophomore. Last night, he went 1 for 4 with the walk. That one hit that he had last night was actually his second varsity hit. He did have one last year as a varsity player, in his very first at-bat, if I remember correctly. So you'll see him at first base. And last but not least, you'll also see Tyler Shore. He replaced Justice Kelly at shortstop. He's just a freshman. He did play a little bit last year, but last night he went 1 for 3. He did draw a walk and had an RBI. Other players that you're probably going to see, not sure about tonight. Logan Sauerbrei is somebody that you'll probably see. Last night he was a pinch hitter. He's a sophomore. He took a walk last night in a pitch hitting role, and he did see some varsity time last year. He actually had 4 hits last season. I believe he got a start, if I'm not mistaken. You're not going to see him tonight. There is a track event going on tonight, but Landon Molds, you'll see him. He's a freshman. You'll see him a lot as a courtesy runner. For tonight, they'll probably use Carter Kaufman. Is he a freshman? Sophomore. He's a sophomore. Coach mentioned to me that he'll be the primary courtesy runner tonight, and that'll probably be for Blake Hesse at catcher. So, and also, did I mention Hunter Curley? Okay, he's tonight's pitcher. Will be Hunter Curley. He's a sophomore. He was outstanding last season as a freshman. He was 2-1. He had a 1.63 earned run average, 44 strikeouts, and just 34.1 innings. So we're really looking forward to seeing Hunter tonight. He is getting his first start of the season. Coach's keys of the game. I'm looking for it here. I'll just mention them to you. Usually I have a screen for it. But the coach's keys of the game, talked to Coach Jakin earlier today. He wants to see the team have quality at bats. And what that does is that really helps to wear the pitcher down. Only swing at strikes, take the balls. I mean, it sounds really simple, but sometimes that can be easier said than done. He's also hoping to see stellar defense tonight. Last night against East, there was only 1 error for the whole game last night. So he's hoping to see more of that again tonight. He also would like to see the team score early. Take some pressure off of Hunter Curley's first start of the season. Usually when you can get off to a good start offensively, that can help settle in the pitcher. So that's the coach's keys to the game. The officials for tonight's game. Dan Klein, he's going to be our home plate umpire. And then Logan Burke, he'll be umpired out in the infield. The starting lineups for tonight's game. If I can find where I put it. Okay, for Belle Plaine, we're going to have Parrott. He's going to be playing in the center field spot, number 29. Batting second will be Walter. He'll be at third base slot. Batting third will be Alcott. He's their first baseman, number 5. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot is number 2, Will Sancock. He'll be playing catcher tonight. Batting fifth will be number 3, Wade Sancock. He will be the pitcher tonight. Batting sixth will be number 18, Hoover. He will be in right field. And batting seventh will be number 11, Cressley. He'll be at the second base spot. And then number 9 will be batting 8th, Delstel. He'll be playing in the right field spot. And then batting in the 9th spot will be the center fielder. No, I'm sorry, number 8 in the left field spot is O'Leary. So that'll be the lineup for Belle Plaine. For our lineup, let me switch this graphic for you. So that's how they'll line up defensively. I'll switch over to where they'll be batting in their lineup when they come up to bat. Game time temperatures tonight is around 66 degrees. There is a little bit of a breeze coming out of the northeast, about 13 miles an hour. Got a little bit of a breeze, so you might see some interesting fly balls out in right field. Congratulations to the Wapsie Valley golf team for reaching districts. They were up in Mason City today. I know we had a couple players on the baseball team that had to rush back in order to join the team for tonight's game. I believe that was Blake Hesse and Tucker Latterberg, right? And Briggs Bamey. So, how'd they do? Did we find out?
I think Briggs finished 28th overall.
Briggs.
Team-wise, I don't remember, but Briggs finished 28th overall.
Briggs Bamey finished 28th overall. Also, good luck to the Wapsie Valley track teams. State track starts this Thursday in Boone. I might have mentioned this earlier. They are having a little bit of a get-together tonight to send them off. And they're setting some school records. I noticed one on the Wapsie Valley Athletic Facebook page, a record that was 44 years old that this year's team broke. So we're going to get ready here to start the action. We'll have the national anthem played soon, and then Blake Boer will introduce tonight's starting lineup. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Warrior Baseball and tonight's varsity baseball game between the Belle Plaine Plainsmen and your Wapsie Valley Warriors. Fans at top priority of Wapsie Valley Community Schools and the IHSAA is sportsmanship. We ask that you, the fans, encourage your team with positive comments and acts while respecting decisions of the coaches and umpires. Please join us in welcoming tonight's umpiring crew, Mr. Dan Klein and Mr. Logan Bird. And now, fans, it's time to meet tonight's starting lineups. First, the starting lineup for the Belle Plaine Plainsmen. Leading off in center field, number 29, Rhett Perry. Batting second at third base, number 7, Mason Walter. Batting third at first base, number 5, Ty Alcott. Batting fourth and catching, number 2, Will Sancock. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 3, Wade Sancock. Batting sixth at shortstop, number 18, Nate Hoover. Batting seventh at second base, number 11, Garrett Cressley. Batting eighth in left field, number 9, Peyton Dostal. And batting ninth in right field, number 8, Quentin O'Leary. The Plainsmen are head Batting for the Warriors, leading off in center field, number 5, Brian Dallas. Batting second in left field, number 0, Caden Dana. Batting third in right field, number 8, TJ Shore. Batting fourth at third base, number 13, Tucker Latimer. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 24, Blake Kelsey. Batting sixth at second base, number 34, Manny Heather. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 17, Garrett Shannon. He'll be hitting for the starting pitcher, number 11, Hunter Curley. Batting eighth at first base, number 12, TJ Jenkins. And batting ninth at shortstop, number 27, Tyler Shore. The Warriors are head coached by Tom Jenkins, assisted by Colin Bergman. Let's play ball.
All right, folks, we're getting ready to start the game. And just a quick review of Belle Plaine's lineup. This is what we'll see. So due up will be Rhett Parrott, Mason Walter, and Ty Alcott. And defensively, this is how your Warriors stack up, just I mentioned in the pregame show. All right, we're getting ready to play ball here.
Here we go, fans. Leading off the game for Belle Plaine, center fielder, number 29, Rhett Parrott.
Rhett Parrott is leading off for the Plainsmen. And here's the first pitch. That pitch is in there for a strike. 76-mile-an-hour breaking pitch from Hunter Curley. Here's the next pitch. That ball gets away from Hesse. Taken for a ball. Makes her count 1-1. I mentioned last season, Parrott hit .217. Had a really good on-base percentage of .393. So he got on base quite a bit last year. There's the next. Swung on and missed for strike 2. That slider came in about 74 mile an hour. One-two pitch taken outside, makes our count 2-2. Hunter looks in, he gets himself set, and here's the pitch. That ball is just inside for ball 3. We've got a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Got him on a high heater.
Number 1. Next up to bat, third baseman, number 7, Mason Walter.
That'll bring up Mason Walter. one of their newer players. He's a freshman. First pitch was taken right on the outside corner for strike one. And here's the next pitch. Swung on, hit high up in the air, but it's going to go off out of play to the right side. So Walter falls behind 0-2. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball, making our count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, just a little outside. Evens our count 2 balls and 2 strikes. It looked like a curveball that just didn't break. Well, here's the pitch, down low. You could hear that one hit the plate. So now this count is gone full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, chopped right up the middle. Hebner bounced it off his glove. And Shore picks it up. So that'll give the Plainsmen a base runner. Official score on that is an error. And that'll bring up Ty Alcott. He is their first baseman. Pickoff move to first, gets away from Jakin, so the runner will advance to second.
Walter advances to second on the
So that'll put a runner in scoring position. And Coach mentioned that it's one of his keys to the game of not making errors, and it looks like we've already got 2 of them tonight. Well, let's see if the Warriors can get it going. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped weakly onto the ground. Need to get over to cover the bag. Curley is late cover. Oh, he got there in time. That was close. Hunter looked like he delayed just a little bit, hustling over to the first base bag, but he got over there just in time to make the play. And that'll be the second out of the inning.
Now batting catcher number 2, Will Sancock.
That'll bring up Will Sancock. He's their catcher. First pitch is taken outside for a ball. Will played quite a bit last year as an 8th grader. He had 10 hits for the varsity team, drove in 6 runs. He took that pitch inside. Plainsmen do have a runner at third base, so it's going to be really important for Hesse to keep everything in front of him. There are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That ball is taken for a strike. Right across the plate. Must have been right at the knees. It was a nice pitch by Hunter Curley. Makes our count 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 76-mile-an-hour heater. That'll even up our count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That pitch is, it bounces away from Hesse, and that's going to score the first run of the game.
Walter scores on the wild pitch. Plainsmen lead 1-0.
So that'll make the score 1-0. So it swung on, drove to the right side, out of play. That pitch is taken for ball 4. So a 2-out walk for the Plainsmen.
Next up to bat, pitcher number 3, Wade Sancock.
That'll bring up Wade Sancock. He's their pitcher. Pitch is taken for a strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off. Makes the count 0-2. Hunter checks the runner. And here's the pitch. That pitch is taken right across the plate for strike 3. So Hunter Curley gets out of the inning. Did give up the first run on a wild pitch. So 1 run, no hits. Had 2 errors, left 1 on base. So that'll do it in the top of the first inning. We'll be back here in just a moment. All right, we're back for the bottom of the first inning. Due up for the Warriors is Briar Bellis, Caden Dana, and Jake Shore. Bellis got off to a great start this season. Went 2 for 3 last night, 2 singles. Takes the first pitch outside for a ball. He also had a walk last night, drove in a run. There's the next pitch. Hit the outside corner for a strike. Makes our count 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. Good eye by Briar. Swung on, hit up the middle, gets past the first baseman. Shortstop's going to have to hustle over, and it gets away. Wild throw, gets past the first baseman, and Bellis is going to easily make second base. They'll call it an infield single and then advance on the air. So give Briar Bellis his 3rd hit of the season. And that'll bring up Caden Dana.
Next up to bat, left fielder number 0,
Caden Dana got his first varsity start last night against Waterloo East, and he went 2 for 4. He hit a double, had a single, scored a run. Off to a great start. Here's the first pitch. Is taken upstairs for a ball. And Dana's got some speed, too. He hit really well for JV last year. I got to watch him play a little bit. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. Makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. Folks, this team's going to be fun to watch. I hope you're able to make it a few games. This ballpark looks incredible. That pitch is taken right over the plate for a strike. That must have been that curved slider that the coach was talking about. We got some new turf in the foul area. Pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Makes the count 3-1. Of course, we had the lights last season, so on those hot summer nights, come out to the ballpark when it's getting cooler. That pitch was dropped for ball 4. So Dana draws a walk. That'll put runners on first and second for Jake Shore. Jake's had a huge Wapsie Valley baseball career. He's been playing since he was a freshman. I think he even got in a few games as an 8th grader. And back when it was really hard to get any varsity time, Tom had a veteran team back then. That first pitch is taken for a ball. Jake's been one of the team's better hitters over the last couple seasons. Here's the pitch taken inside, up and in for ball 2. He's going to go on to play ball. I forget what school is he going to? Simpson, that's right. And he drives the ball into left field for a single. Stopping at third is Bellis. I think he will holding up at second base just to make sure that ball would drop.
Next up to bat, third baseman number 13.
Gives Shore his first hit of the season.
Latterberg.
And that'll load the bases for Tucker Latterberg. I mean, we've talked a lot about Tucker. He was easily the best hitter for Wapsie last season. Takes that first pitch for a strike. And the Plainsmen are going to get to face him with the bases loaded. Last night he went 1 for 3. And that ball is going to be shot right into the right field gap for a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs. Tucker's looking at second. He probably wish he would have went, but it's going to score 3 runs. Oh, nope. He's got him out at the plate. Jake's slide just didn't quite make it. It looked like he was going to be able to beat the throw. But the Warriors do score 2 runs on that. And that'll give him 1 out. Give Tucker his, I believe his first 2. No, he had an RBI last night, so that'll be RBIs 2 and 3 for Latterberg. I'll put runner at first. Hesse hits the ball up in the air and out of play on the right-hand side. Make sure you stick around after the game where I'm going to have, I'm going to start doing a post-game show. I'm going to bring in one of the coaches. At some point, I may even start bringing in a couple players, maybe the player of the game. Tonight, it'll just be one of the coaches for tonight. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes the count 0-2. Hesse didn't get a hit last night, but he did draw a walk. He's scored the game's first run last night. Here's the pitch. That pitch is hit right toward the umpire, who gets out of the way. Second baseman has a little trouble getting out of his gloves, so he's not going to be able to turn 2. But Tucker's going to be out at second base for the second out.
The fielder's choice, Cressley to Hoover. As Latterberg out at second for out number 2. Next up to bat, second baseman number 34, Manny Hebner.
But that brings up Manny Hebner. If you haven't had a chance to watch the preseason show yet, make sure you do that. That's on the YouTube Wapsie Valley channel. I talked a little bit about Manny's last. He had an interesting stat that he was like second in the state in, and that was sacrifice bunts. He had 8 of them last year. We're not going to see one here, of course, with 2 outs. He takes that first pitch for a strike. going to bring in a courtesy runner for, and that's going to be the Kaufman boy.
Number 30, Carter Kaufman.
Carter Kaufman. Hesse is the game's catcher, so he's going to get a break. Gives him a chance to put his gear on. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. Making the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, and Kaufman, you can get a great jump, but he's going to slide in there safely. So he'll get a stolen base. Yeah, last night I think they had like 12 stolen bases last night. 11. They tried 12 times. So they were running quite a bit. So that'll put a runner on second base with 2 outs. Gives Manny a chance to drive in a run. That ball gets away from the catcher. And it's going to get away from the third, not far enough to score him. Kaufman did draw a throw because he was a little indecisive on whether to go there. And that's a freshman. Well, he's a sophomore. He's a sophomore. But he doesn't have a lot of experience playing varsity, though. But he did make it. So now he's standing on third. Another wild pitch here will score the runner. And Manny Hebner will take ball 4.
Now batting for the Warriors, designated hitter number 17, Garrett Shannon.
So that'll bring up Garrett Shannon. Garrett didn't get a chance to hit last night. He did hit a little bit last year as a varsity player, though. Got off to a good start. There's the pitch. Manny's going to take off for second. He's going to get that base easily. They throw over to third, hoping to catch Kaufman off third, but nothing doing there. First pitch was taken for a ball, by the way, and that second one gets away from the boys. Yeah, that's not far enough. Forgot to mention that there's now new paddings on the backstops now. You remember if you were here before, there was a board that was down at the bottom. The board's still there, but now there's a padding covering it. So you won't quite get the deflection like you used to, but it's still it'll still deflect pretty well even with the padding on there. And that's what we had happen there. The ball deflected right back to the catcher, so it wasn't enough room to score Kaufman. Count is now 2 balls and a strike, by the way. Here's the pitch. That pitch gets way behind the runner. But again, a short backstop bounces pretty well. The catcher quickly gets to it, unable to score the runner. But that'll make the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 outs in the inning. That ball is taken right in the outside corner for a strike. That'll make our count 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now Garrett is going to have to protect here. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside for a ball, and that'll load him up.
Shannon draws the walk.
And that'll bring up T.J. Jakin.
Now batting first baseman number 12, T.J.
He's the first baseman.
Jakin.
T.J. got a hit last night. He also drew a walk. Got a bases loaded situation here. He takes the first pitch for a strike. RBI opportunity here for TJ. He's going to take strike 2. Even though that's the coach's son, I know Coach Tom Jakin will be getting on him if he doesn't swing the bat. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on and driven into right field, but it's right at the right fielder for out number 3. Great hit for T.J. Jakin. Unfortunately, just hit right to the defense. So that'll do it for the Warriors in the bottom half of the first. That'll make our score 2-1. Got 3 hits, 2 runs. They got a couple of errors there, but that'll do it for the first inning. Our score is now 2-1. We'll be back here in just a moment. Just realized I had myself on mute the entire time. Guys, it's the first game of the year for me. I'm going to be acting like a rookie tonight. Thanks, Kane, by the way. Kane Schmidt, our player from last year, was able to let me know that I was muted the entire time. You missed my brilliant call, Kane. But that's strike 3. So that'll be the second out of the inning. That'll take him back to the top of the lineup. Rhett Parrott is due up. He's 0 for 1. There's the pitch. That swung on. Boy, that's hammered. But I think, oh, it's going to drop. Play's going to be at the plate. Not going to be quick enough to get the runner sliding in. So that'll give the Plainsmen the first hit of the night. And that'll score the second run. Hoover was able to score on that play.
Tying the game 2-2. Dostal advancing to third. Next up to bat,
Dostal advanced to third on the play. Dana, he made a strong throw, but he just wasn't able to get it to the plate. It was a little offline. So Hesse wasn't able to tag the runner. It beat him, though. First pitch is taken for a ball. This will be Walter. He scored the game's first run. Reached on an error. The pitch is taken inside for ball 2. Runners on first and third. There are 2 outs. Now here's the pitch. Pitch is a little low and inside for ball 3. Great to see former players tuned into the broadcast. Hopefully we'll see a few of you at the game. That pitch is taken for a strike. I chatted with Kane a little bit before the game, tried to talk him into coming in and joining me on one of these broadcasts. If any of you former players want to join me, come on over. Talk some baseball with me. So Walter drew a walk there, so that'll load the bases.
Next up to bat, first baseman number 5, Ty Alcott.
Tried to talk my own son to come in tonight. He decided he needed to go work. He's been door dashing. So if you're in the Waterloo, Cedar Falls area, you might do some door dash. You might see Justice. Bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. The pitch is down in the dirt. Or on the turf, I should say, for ball 1. Hunter's lost a little bit of his command here in this inning. That pitch is taken inside for ball 2. Hasn't gotten a ton of help from his defense, though, either. I mean, a couple of errors already in this game, and both errors have resulted in runs. Here's the pitch, taken way outside for ball 3. He's in danger of walking in a run here. I mean, Alcott is a tough hitter to fall behind on, too. That pitch is taken in the outside corner for strike 1. I mentioned Alcott last year. He led the team in runs scored with 20 of them. He had 17 walks, too. That led the team. There's the pitch. That pitch is bounced to Tyler Shore, who picks it up, throws over to first in time for out number 3. Huge situation there. Hunter was able to get out of it with no extra runs scored. So they did get their first hit. 1 run was scored. That'll make our score 2-2 heading in the home half of the second inning. We've got Tyler Shore due up for the Warriors, and then back to the top of the lineup. Briar Bellis and Caden Dana. We'll be back here in just All right, we're back here live. Tyler Shore is leading off for the Warriors. Tyler had a hit last night. He went 1 for 3. That pitch gets away from the catcher, makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. Tyler also drove in a run. He had an RBI, drew a walk. Good game for the freshman. That pitch gets away from the catcher for ball 3. Here's the pitch. Tyler shows bunt. He pulls the bat back, and that's just to throw the pitcher off. There's draw. That's ball 4. I've seen a lot of players do that in the youth leagues. It does work. Usually doesn't at the varsity level, but the pitcher he's struggling to throw strikes anyway. Sandkit. That'll bring us up to the top of the lineup. Shore looked like he took off, and the other Sandkit player, he's at catcher. He was winding up to make a throw. Belle's got a hit his first time up. He's 1 for 1, scored a run. There's a pickoff move. Shore is back in easily. Got Alcott over there at first base for the Plainsmen. Our count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, and there is a called strike. And in safely is Tyler Shore with a stolen base. Bellis is taken all the way there to allow the runner to advance. Shore didn't get a great jump on that, but he made it. His wheels made up for it. And really, the catcher doesn't have a very strong arm. So we might see a lot more base running tonight. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. And this pitcher-catcher combo, I believe they're twins. I mean, they're brothers, I would assume. Were they cousins? They look a lot alike. I think they're twins. That pitch is taken for a ball. They're only sophomores, though. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on. That's hit toward the gap, and it's going to be in for a single. Rounding third, coming home is Tyler Shore, and he's going to be up with a standing run. Give Bellis an RBI.
Wapsie Valley takes the lead 3-2.
And that'll make our score 3-2.
Next up to bat, left fielder number 0, Caden Dana.
Brings up Caden Dana. Caden drew a walk his first time at bat. Sandkick throw it over the first base. Bellis is back in easily. I'm sure Bellis is going to be looking to run here. He's got some wheels. And there he goes. That pitch is taken outside for a ball. And the ball from the Sandkick, the catcher, was to the right of second base. So Bellis is in easily for a stolen base. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Ooh, nice curveball there. Taken for a strike. That hit the outside corner. It looked like a ball until right at the last second. It just dove right in there, the strike zone. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball popped up in the air. Not going to leave the infield. Under it is Hoover, and he makes the play for out number 1.
Dana pops at the shortstop. Hoover for out number 1.
Dana just got under that one.
Now batting right fielder number 18.
That'll bring up Jake Shore. Jake got a hit in his first at-bat, his first of the season. He'll be looking to score Bellis from second base. Here's the pitch. The pitch is down low and outside for a ball. Shore did get a hit with a runner in scoring position his last at bat. It just wasn't deep enough to get in the run. I mean, he hit it so hard that it wasn't able to score from second base. That pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. 2-0 is our count. Pitcher steps off the rubber. And now he's looking in. Here's the pitch. That pitch is driven right into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Bellis was thinking that the shortstop might catch it, so he was heading back to the bag. So another hit with a runner in scoring position for Shore, but not able to get him the RBI. Because by the time Bellis took off, they had the, I mean, it wasn't hit hard enough to get very deep. But that'll bring up Tucker Latterberg. He's got an RBI situation. He drove in 2 his first time at bat. So he's 1 for 1. Only 1 out in the inning. Shore just takes off. And unfortunately, Tucker fouled it off. Jake had that base taken easily. He was halfway to second base before the pitcher even threw the ball. They may need to tell, we'll call him, his first name is Wade. And now he's going to throw over to first. Wade and Will, they've got to be brothers. Wade and Will, I'm sure they're twins. They look a lot alike. They're in the same grade. Oh, we got it. They might have him picked off here. They called for, oh, he's going to be out safe anyway. Runner's going to score from third. That was an interesting play because Tucker actually asked for time. Pitcher stepped off the rubber because Shore had taken off, and he was halfway in between the bag. But by the time he threw the ball, Jake was able to slide underneath the tag. So that'll put a runner at second base. Give the Warriors another run, making the score 4-1. That pitch is taken for a strike. Our count is 0-2. Tucker's going to have to battle back here. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on, high up in the air, but out of play. Latterberg steps back in. Here's the pitch. That pitch is swung on. Hit a chopper to the second baseman. He picks it up the slow roller. Oh, Latterberg tried to slide in, but that's not going to help you much on that play. You got to just run through the bag. Advancing to third is Shore. That'll make 2 outs.
Catcher number 24, Blake Hesse.
I get the temptation, though. I mean, you're thinking if you can slide, you can somehow beat the throw, but really, you just got to run through it. You actually do slow yourself down by sliding. The time you should slide into first base is to avoid a tag. And here's the pitch. Upstairs. Hesse had to get under it. Makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. But that's just Tucker going all out, trying to do his best he can. It was a slow roller. He had a chance to beat it. That chopper is hit right to the first baseman, who grabs the ball up in the air and steps on the bag for out number 3. Hey, the Warriors got a couple more runs, though. Added a couple more hits. They've got 5 hits total in the game. We're going to head to the top of the third inning. Wapsie's leading 4-2. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Plainsman catcher number 2, Will Sankett.
All right, we're back here. Sankett, and Hoover are due up for the Plainsmen. We're at the top of the third. Lights are kicked on now. They're starting to take effect. First pitch is taken upstairs for a ball. Let's see if Hunter Curley can settle in here. And that pitch is hit to the third base side, but foul. Ladberg picks it up, gets it back to the pitcher, making our count 1 ball and 1 strike. Coach Jake, and he talked to me before the game, explained the importance of defense and how, and how that can help the pitcher. When you give up outs, that can be really tough on a pitcher, and you could see that in the first 2 innings for Curley. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch is hit toward the shortstop. Tyler picks it up, guns it over to first in time. Tough play by Tyler Shore. He was ranging over to his right, and really he didn't get his feet set very well. He was able to hustle the ball over for the first out of the inning.
Next up to bat, pitcher number
That's
3,
a good
Wayne
defense I was
Sankett.
talking about. When you see plays like that, that will help a pitcher, because that could have easily have been gone for a hit. Great job by Shore. That first pitch is taken for a ball. And Tyler, he didn't have time to get his feet set. He just had to gun it over, and it was an accurate throw. And here's another chance for him. He scoops the ball up. Ooh, he gets it high, but it's in time. That's Jaken's height there. Helped him out. He was able to snag that ball and out for out number 2.
TJ Jakin for out number 2.
Great play there by TJ.
Now stepping up to
He
bat,
had to reach up and
shortstop
snag
number
that.
18,
Good
Nate
play by Tyler,
Hoover.
too. So that'll bring up Hoover. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Hoover is 0 for 1, but he scored a run. I think he reached on an error. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken outside. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Hoover was one of their better hitters last year. Had a .302 batting average. Here's the pitch. That hits the outside corner for strike 2. That's a nice breaking ball there by Curley. That just curved right in there for a strike. Good call by the umpire. Here's the pitch, swung on. It's chopped in the ground. Jaken's going to have to hustle. He picks the ball up, touches the bag for out number 3. 3 up and 3 down. That's the first time we've had that tonight. So that'll do it for the Plainsmen. No runs, no hits, no errors. I like calling them like that. Leaving our score, Wapsie 4, Plainsmen 2. We'll be back here in just a minute. Due up for the Warriors are Hebner, Shannon, and Jakin. They'll be back here in just a moment. We're back live at Wapsie Valley Field. Manny Hebner's due up first for the Warriors. His first time up, he drew a walk. He takes the first pitch for a strike. As I mentioned, Manny's off to a good start this season. He's 2 for 3, 2 walks. Take that pitch for a ball. Makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's a pitch, swung on over my head for a foul ball. Good baseball weather tonight. It's a little chilly, but not too cold. That curveball just didn't quite make it. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's hoodie weather. It's nice hoodie weather. I see everybody wearing hoodies, pullovers, hoodies. Ooh, that ball was pitched up and in. That's a full count now for Manny. He's battled back. That's that quality at bat. And that ball is taken up and in for ball 4. So Hebner was able to battle back and draw the walk. His second of the game.
Next up to bat, designated hitter number 17, Garrett Shannon.
That'll bring up Garrett Shannon. Garrett batted .276 last season. He had a .417 on-base percentage. In his limited action at Varsity, takes that first pitch for a ball. He's drawn a walk so far in this game. T.J. Jakin is in the on-deck circle. Swung on and missed. Boy, that was a good swing. Just missed. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just wasn't quite able to catch up that fastball. Throw over to first. Nothing doing over there. Hebner's back in safely. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. Fooled by the breaking pitch there. So now Garrett Shannon, he's going to have to battle back here. He's down in the count 1 and 2. Here's the pitch from Sinkett, taken outside for ball 2. I'm actually kind of surprised Hebner hasn't taken off yet. Here's the pitch. The pitch is curved. Oh boy, that was a beautiful curveball. Not much Shannon could have done with that because it had him fooled. That pitch was when it was released from the pitcher's hand, it looked like it was going to hit him, and then it just curved right over the plate, and that'll be the first out of the inning for the Warriors. Tough pitch there, and there goes Hebner, and I believe that. Yep, he got him. Close play at second. I thought he was safe, but I'm clear up here in the press box. The umpire is standing right over it. And like I mentioned before, Wapsie has been aggressive on the base paths, and Sinkett behind the plate hasn't been able to throw out many runners. But he nailed him there. That pitch is over Jakin's head. Makes the count 2 balls and no strikes. There are now 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Pitch is taken for a strike. There's that curveball again. Coach called that, he called that a curve slider type call. He really didn't know what to call it, but it's a good breaking pitch. Yeah. Here's the pitch, swung on, and boy, that ball's blistered over the second baseman head. Off his glove, actually. Nice line drive hit by Jakin. That'll give the Warriors their 6th hit of the game.
Next up to bat, shortstop number
Jenkins' second hit of the season.
Tyler Shore.
Brings up Tyler Shore. He's the number 9 hitter for the Warriors. He drew a walk his last time at bat. He also got a hit last night. Drew in a run. He asked for time there. Umpire didn't grant it, but I think he's going to get a ball anyway. So the umpire is not giving him time, even though Tyler just asked for it again. That pitch is taken down low for a ball. And that might actually be screwing the pitcher up as well. You see a hitter moving around like that, and that ball is popped up in the air, but it's going to get out of play. Makes the count 2 balls and a strike. Pickoff move to first. Jenkins not going anywhere. Wapsie has been aggressive on the base pass this year, but I think even TJ will tell you he's not going to steal very many bases. Here's the pitch upstairs for ball 3. The guy at the plate's got some wheels, though. Here's the pitch. That pitch is bounced toward the third baseman. He's going to have to hustle to get it over there, and he does in time for out number 3. The Warriors did able to manage to get another hit in this inning. They had a couple base runners, actually. Wasn't able to convert any runs. But that'll leave our score, Wapsie 4, Plainsman 2. Give a shout out to Legacy Roofing of Iowa. Protect your largest investment with our reliable roofing and gutter services. If you want to make your roof last as long as possible, it is vital that you never put off a roof repair. Small issues with roofing become big issues in a hurry. No matter how major or minor the repair you need, we are here to help. We offer roofing contracting, storm damage repair, gutter replacement, and residential and commercial roofing. Call Mitch at 319-415-2472 or Lou at 319-415-5547. Again, that number is 319, that's Lou's number, 415-5547. Also want to give a shout out to Oran Mutual Telephone Company, serving the area since 1911. Oran Mutual Telephone Company is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Oran, Iowa, and the surrounding rural area. Give them a call at 319-638-6006 or email OMTC. Again, that's OMTC at orantelco.com. Again, OMTC at orantelco.com. Thank you for sponsoring Wapsie Valley Baseball. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Second baseman number 11, Derek Cressley.
And that moment's already up. Derek Cressley's due up for the Plainsman. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Let me get these, clear the base runners to get the inning right. All right. Hey, thanks to all those sponsors. I've been forgetting to read these off, so forgive me, sponsors. Thank you for allowing this to be broadcast, live stream. They help pay and keep this free. That pitch was taken for a ball, making the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Taken right over the plate for strike 2. Beasley's 0 for 1 in this game. He struck out his first time at bat. And he's down 1 ball and 2 strikes here. And he just took strike 3. So that'll be the first out of the inning. Curley's starting to settle in here. Good to see.
Now batting left fielder number 9, Peyton Dusto.
He's got 63 pitches so far. And that is a nice thing about Curley turning into a sophomore. It did bump his pitch count that he's eligible for. I believe it's 90 when you're lower.
Grader and freshman, max of 90 a day.
90, yeah.
Sophomore and up 110.
So now that he's a sophomore, you can use him for 110. Makes a big difference. I know Tom really had to work around that last year. That pitch gets away from the Hesse, but it's just ball 2. Dostal, whatever his name is 0 for. No, he doesn't have an official at bat. He walked the first time up, and he's looking to take another one. He's up in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Let's make this kid hit it. This is the 8th man of the order. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off. 4 strike 1. Umpire grabs another ball. Here's the pitch from Curley. That pitch is taken down low for ball 4. Dostal, whatever his name is, he's taking his second walk of the game. That'll put a runner at first base with 1 out. That'll bring up Quentin O'Leary. He's the number 9 hitter. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time at bat. Curley checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. O'Leary is another one of their freshman players who's, I believe he's playing for the first time this season. Takeoff for second is Dostal, and he's going to be in safely. Hesse had a hard time getting the ball out of his mitt, so give him a stolen base on that, and makes the count 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a called strike in the inside corner. Nice breaking ball by Curley. Makes the count 1 and 2. O'Leary's still looking for his first hit of the season, as are many of the Plainsmen hitters. That pitch is fouled off, stays alive, 1 and 2. Here's the pitch by Curley, taken outside for a ball. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Starting in the next inning, I'm going to reveal the question of the day. I went around, if you remember me from last year, I asked both teams a question of the day, just get some information on what they like. That pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3.
O'Leary strikes out for out number 2.
So that'll be the second out of the inning. It does turn the order back up to the top. Rhett Parrott is due up. He's their center fielder. He's 1 for 2. He's drove in a run. Here's the pitch upstairs for a ball. Rhett hit .241 last season for the Plainsmen, had a .400 on-base percentage. He's only a junior. Took that pitch for a strike. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. He was second in on the team in doubles. He had 5 of them last year. Drove in 15 runs. Here's the pitch is outside for ball 2. Hunter checks that runner. Here's the pitch. Oh, nice curveball for strike 2. Froze the hitter on that one. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped at the plate. Barely stays alive. just got a piece of it. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, but it hit the ground. So Hesse's going to have to throw the ball to first. And they're going to get him at first. So that'll do it for the top of the fourth inning. No runs. No hits. One runner left on base. Our score remains Wapsie 4, Belle Plaine 2. A couple more shout-outs to make. RTC Communications. RTC is here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. Reach out to them at 319-279-3375. Again, that's 319-279-3375, or email manager@reedlandtelco.com. Again, that's manager@reedlandtelco.com. Also, Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbank, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. For plans, pricing, and more information, call 319-279-3375. Again, that's 319-279-3375. Folks, we've got some of the best internet providers in the area. Hope you're supporting them. Thank you for sponsoring Wapsie Valley Sports and Wapsie Valley Baseball. Folks, if you'd like to become a sponsor, make sure you reach out to Brett Bergman. We've got plenty of sponsorship opportunities this season. I'm doing the post-game show. That's probably could use a sponsor. We're hoping to get one for the preseason show. But guys, get in contact with Brett Bergen. We've got a good, strong following. Just reach out to him to see what opportunities are available on all sports for Wapsie Valley Sports. Thank you for supporting Wapsie Valley. So turning our attention back to baseball, got Briar Bellis up to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Fouled off that first pitch. Let me get this cleared off. We're in the bottom of the fourth now. There's the 0-1 pitch, taken outside for a ball. 1-1. Question of the day, I asked the players what their favorite pet is. What animal is their favorite pet? I'm just going to tell you right now, hey, the Plainsman gave me some good answers. I had all kinds of different, and I'll reveal them. I'll just tell you right now, Wapsie's all dogs. They all like dogs. That's the question of the day. Maybe I need to get better at that, huh? Or ask a follow. Oh, that ball's drove up in the air, but I think right at the center fielder, he's going to get under it. That's Parrott underneath it for out number 1.
Bellis flies out to the center fielder, Rhett Parrott, for out number 1. Next up to bat for the Warriors, left fielder number 0.
But Briar's favorite dog was named Moxie. So I did get the name of the dogs out of him. So that'll help some friends and family if they remember the animal. First pitch is taken for a ball. So that was Briar's favorite pet, named Moxie. Boer gave me an interesting one, my counterpart here in the booth, the PA guy. Pitch taken for a ball. He said his favorite animal's a snake. Used to be a snake. But he was never allowed to have one. I could probably see why, understand why. I know if I'd have asked my mom, hey, can I have a pet snake? I know that her answer. And she's listening, by the way, my mom is. Get her a chance to hear her son. I know Mom wouldn't allow it. Would you, Mom? You could just tell me that later. I know your answer would be. There's ball 4. Dana draws a walk. He's on base for the second time tonight.
Next up to bat, right fielder number 18, Jake Shore.
If I had tried to bring a snake home, my mom would have freaked out. Would yours?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Pretty universal.
What would you have named it? Like Slinky or something? If you had a pet snake, you ever thought about that? I'm screwing up his scoring. There was a pitch there, and I don't think either one of us caught what it was. I think it was a foul. Oh, time was called. Okay. The runner took off from first. There's a ball. Did you come up with a name yet? He's still thinking. What do you name a snake? I got some typical dog names. There's that ball's driven up in the air, high and deep. Back goes to Dostal, and he makes the play. A little tricky on that, but he made it. That ball looked like it was going to drop, and he just snagged his glove underneath it and caught it for out number 2.
Now stepping up to bat, third baseman number 13, Tucker Latterberg.
Tucker Latterberg, his name was Duke. And again, my mom's listening. She remembers my dog. That was my favorite dogs too. His name was Duke. It was a little Shih Tzu, black. I think he had a little white underneath his chin. Although I might have called him Dookie. That's Tucker's favorite animal was a dog. Usually some of Tucker's family's on this broadcast. You probably remember the animal. That ball is chopped to the third baseman. He picks the ball up, throws over to first in time. So no runs, one runner left on base. That'll give us 3 outs. So our score remains. We're heading to the top of the 5th inning now. Our score still remains 4-2. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in just a moment.
Warriors leading 4-2. Due up for Belle Plaine, Mason Walter, Ty Alcott, and
All right, we've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Warriors. Garrett Shannon has taken over for Hunter Curley. If you remember from last season, Garrett came on late in the year, started a few games. He was outstanding. He was 6-0 for the Warriors, had an ERA of like 1. I believe he even started, I want to say he started the district game too. That would have been the one against Postville, if I remember correctly. It seemed like he did.
6-0 Varsity started last year.
But he was an outstanding starter for the Warriors, and he was just a freshman. He's now a sophomore, of course. So due up for the Plainsmen are 2, 3, and 4 hitters: Walter, Alcott, and Sandcat.
Batting for Belle Plaine, third baseman number 7, Mason Walter.
Mason Walter, he's 0 for 1 in the game. He's drawn a walk and scored a run. Takes that first pitch for a ball. Again, if you caught the preseason show, folks, if you haven't checked it out yet, it's on the YouTube channel. Give it a watch. Talk about last year's. We wrapped up last year's team and talked about it, and also this year's team. Talked quite a bit about Garrett Shannon, along with the new players that We're expected to make varsity this year. There's strike 2. Nice curveball by Shannon. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you get on the YouTube channel and give it a watch. You former players, the seniors, I know Kane, I know you're watching. Talked about you a little bit, so check it out. We didn't say anything bad about you. At least I didn't. Tom might have. I'm just kidding. And make sure you stick around after the game. I'm going to bring up one of the coaches, do a little post-game show. That'll be something new this year. Give it a try. We did it a couple of games last year. Count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Oh, that just froze the hitter for strike 3. Nice pitch by Garrett Shannon. That's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Ty Alcott, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2. Ty Alcott, his favorite animal was a dog. Didn't have a name for one. I don't think he had a dog. He just said if he did have a pet, it would be a dog. Took that first pitch for a strike, by the way. 0 for 0-1. Now 1-1. Shannon works quickly. Here's the pitch already, and it's taken down low. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 3. Makes the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Nice breaking pitch. It must have been high. Taken for ball 4.
Draws the walk. Now batting, catcher number 2, Will Sankett.
Here's Will Sankett. He's the catcher. He's 0 for 1. Drew a walk.
Coming into pinch run for the Plainsmen, number 6, Caden Newhouse.
Caden Newhouse comes in to run for Alcott. Newhouse, he's now staying at first base. He's a freshman. His favorite pet was a dog. Didn't give me a name. It was a dog. Up the bat is Will Sankett. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is taken inside for a ball. Will said his favorite animal or pet was a dog. His name was Rocco. That pitch is driven to the right side, not a play. Evens our count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled sharply back to the backstop. Makes the count 1-2. Got to be careful here. Sankett's got pretty good read on the pitcher, on the speed anyway. That pitch is high up in the air. Shore's underneath it, and he's going to throw to first. He snagged it. Oh, he called it safe. That was a nice play by T.J. Jakin. I thought he had him, but the umpire, and honestly, the first base umpire was not in good position to call that because he's got to see T.J. catch it, and it was caught opposite side of where he's standing. The runner may have kind of blocked his view a little bit, but that's still, it got 2 outs in the inning. Nice play out there. Pitch is taken upstairs for a ball.
Pitcher number 3, Wade Sankett.
This is Wade Sankett. Wade is 0 for 2. It's also, no, wait, no. Yeah, he's 0 for 2. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Wade said his favorite animal was also a pet was also a dog, but it was named Duke. So the Sankett household must have had 2 different dogs, or have them, and maybe we're talking about 2 different animals at 2 different periods of time. That pitch is taken down low. Do you have any pets at home?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Dog.
You got a dog? Pitch is taken down low for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. Got a dog and a cat at home. Not an outside cat, too. Got a miniature dachshund. You know, those little weenie dogs. That pitch is taken for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The name is Addison. If you ever on 20th Street on the gravel road, come around noon, you'll see me out there walking her. I walk up and down the gravel road, get my exercise in, and give her some exercise. Plus loosens up her inside, lets her go to the bathroom. You'll find some Addison droppings on the gravel road. That pitch is taken outside for ball 4. Runner took off, but it doesn't matter.
Draws the walk.
Still 2 outs in the inning, though. Runners on first and second. It's getting a little more tense. The 2-run game.
Now batting shortstop, number 18, Nate Hoover.
Going to bring up Nate Hoover, the shortstop. His favorite pet was also a dog. Like I said, I got a lot of those answers. Oh, there was a couple of kids that gave me a couple of different ones on the Plainsman side. That pitch is fouled away. But the name of his dog, take a guess. The baseball player, I'll just tell you that. We both kind of like him. Yeah, we both kind of like him. By the way, Boer's a Yankees fan. I'm a Cubs fan.
Rizzo.
Yeah, Anthony Rizzo. That was a dead giveaway. Man, what took you so long? I just love picking on the PA guy. I'm going to get him to screw up one of these times. Here's the pitch. That pitch is taken inside for a ball. Does the count really 1-1, or did I make him? Okay. I'm always looking up at his scoreboard because I can see that quicker than I can what he's doing on Game Changer. Because I can never remember it. Swung on and missed, but it gets away from Hesse, so the runners are going to advance to second and third. That's a pass ball there.
Pass ball.
Hesse knows he should have had it. He kind of slaps his hand in the glove. He knew it. There'll be no damage done, though, if we can get out of the inning. There are 2 outs. Yeah, his favorite dog's name is Rizzo. I asked him, you Cubs fan, right? He goes, oh, yeah. Swung on, hit sharply to Hebner. Hebner gets it, throws it over to first in time for out number 3. So no damage done. Allowed a couple of base runners, drew a couple walks, but they leave them stranded. So that'll do it for the 5th inning. Or actually, we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our score remains Wapsie 4, Belle Plaine 2. Due up for the Warriors, 5, 6, and 7. Hesse, Hebner, and Shannon. Hopefully we can get something going. We'll be back here in just a minute. All right, we're back live here at Wapsie Valley Field.
Number 24, Blake
Sankett still on the mound for the Plainsmen. He's up to 86 pitches, so he's got, let's see, they can get to 110, so he's got 24 pitches left. That pitch there is taken for a ball. He's pitched a terrific game, considering a lot of the base runners that he's given up. Pitch is down low. Oh, no, he called it a strike. 1-1 is our count. That pitch is inside for ball 2. Almost hit him. Hesse's favorite dog, and if his grandparents are on, they might be. That pitch is fouled away for strike 2. He said his favorite animal is named Link. Said it was at his grandparents. So Grandma and Grandpa, if you're on, Link was the name that Blake gave me. That pitch is taken down low in the turf for ball 3. The full count now. Hesse is looking to get on base any way possible. He'll be swinging at anything close, I'm sure. And that pitch is, oh, he fouled that one off. Pitch was up in his eyes. If it was a breaking ball, it might have dropped over. Here's a pitch swung on and missed for strike 3.
As he strikes out 4 out, number 1.
So that'll be the first out of the inning.
Now batting second baseman.
Due up is second baseman Manny Hebner. Manny Hebner, he's gotten on base both times he's been up. Drew a walk both times. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Manny's favorite pet was also a dog named Callie. That pitch is swung on and missed. That breaking pitch fooled Manny there. I think he was loading up for a fastball, and he was way ahead of that breaking pitch. That pitch was taken for a strike. He knew it.
Either strikes out.
So that's the second out of the inning.
Out number 2.
We'll see if Garrett can get us going. Garrett said his favorite dog name was King. Got a little bit of delay there by the umpire.
Now batting for the Warriors, pitcher number 17, Garrett Shannon.
Oh, was he just retrieving some balls? I missed it. Guess him and Ton had a conversation. I've got this wooden beam in my view, so I couldn't see what was going on over there. Plus, I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. Here's the pitch. Swung on, missed, strike 2. That was a wicked swing by Garrett Shannon. But he wasn't able to make contact. Now he's got to battle back here. Here's the pitch. Taken upstairs for a ball. 75 miles an hour on that one, so he's still bringing it. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Wow, Sankett's having a great game.
Strikes out 4 out, number 3.
No runs, no hits, no errors. No runners left on base. We're going ahead to the top of the 6th inning. Score remains Wapsie 4, Plainsman 2. Give another shout out to Legacy Roofing of Iowa. Protect your largest investment with our reliable roofing and gutter services. If you want to make your roof last as long as possible, it is vital that you never put off a roof repair. Small issues with roofing can become big issues in a hurry. No matter how major or minor the repair you need, we are here to help. We offer roofing contracting, storm damage repair, gutter replacement, and residential and commercial roofing. Call Mitch at 319-415-2472. Let me read that again. 319-415-2472 or Lou at 319-415-5547. Legacy Roofing of Iowa. Thank you for supporting Wapsie Valley Baseball.
Warriors, number 20, Briggs Baby.
All right, we're back live here at Wapsie Valley Field. Due up for the Plainsmen is the bottom of their order. Cressley, Dustel, and O'Leary. Been a change in the Warrior lineup at second base now. I lost the name. Oh, Briggs. Briggs Bamey is now at second base. That pitch is fouled off. Tom may just be giving a junior varsity player some opportunity to play varsity. That pitch is taken for a strike. Strike two. I don't think Bamey's, this is his first appearance, isn't it, in a varsity game? I don't think he appeared in a game last year. I'm pretty sure he didn't.
No, yeah, he did.
So this will be his first appearance. That pitch is taken for strike three. Nice curveball by Garrett Shannon. That's the first out of the inning.
Next up to bat, left fielder number 9, Peyton Dostal.
So Bamey's, if you're on watching, your son's out there. Or you might be here at the ballpark. I don't remember seeing him. I don't know if Lewis is here or not. If not, I'm sure you're watching it. Nice pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. If I had any controls on the camera, I'd zoom in on him for you. Here's the pitch. Pitch is taken outside for a ball. If he's anything like me, when Justice first got to play that shortstop, he's just like kind of praying. Nothing gets hit to him. That pitch is taken for a strike. Makes the count 1-2. Dustel does not have an official at bat because he's walked both times, and it looks like he's trying to coax one here too. And Shannon's not letting him do it. That pitch is close. Must have been a little inside or a little low, one or the other. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. What did Dustel say his name is? That pitch is taken for strike 3. His favorite dog was Izzy. That's what he said his favorite dog was.
Now batting right fielder number 8, Quentin
2 outs in
O'Leary.
the inning. That brings up O'Leary. O'Leary's favorite dog was Ada. Had a pet dog named Ada. A-D-A. First pitch was taken for a strike. Quentin O'Leary, he's 0 for 2. Struck out both times. And he hits the ball high up in the air, but it's hit right at Bellis, who grabs it for the 3rd out of the inning. So that'll complete the top of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Nice clean inning. I love those. Gonna head to the home half of the 6th inning. It's getting late, folks. Warriors still have a 2-4 lead. Give a shout out to Oran Mutual Telephone Company, serving the area since 1911. Oran Mutual Telephone Company is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Oran, Iowa, and the surrounding rural area. Give them a call at 319-638-6006 or email omtc@orantelco.com. Also, RTC Communications. RTC is here to provide high quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. Reach out to them at 319-279-3375 or email manager@reedlandtelco.com. Also, Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbank, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. For plans, pricing, and more information, call 319-279-3375. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's 3375. I said it right. Again, that's 319-279-3375. Folks, if you're enjoying Wapsie Valley sports and events from the comforts of your own home, consider a donation to Wapsie Valley's Venmo to keep the streams going and at no cost to fans. Look for the link in the video description below. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. We've had a few changes.
Batting for the Warriors, first baseman number 12,
TJ Jenkins due up for the Warriors. The 8-9 and back to the top. Be sure after him. He's on deck. That ball's hit high up in the air, but it's popped up on the third base side. And he barely caught that. The pole kind of got in my way. He had to grab it with his glove. Maybe you see it on the live feed. He barely caught that. I wasn't sure if he caught it at first. But boy, he hit that ball a mile up in the air for the first out of the inning. That brings up the shortstop, Tyler Shore. He's 0 for 1. Does have a walk. He scored a run. Takes the first pitch for a strike right on the outside corner. What did TJ say his favorite dog's name? The dog Duke. That's another Duke for you. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Coach Jakin said he had a dog named Tyson, though. That was his favorite pet. What did I get for Tyler? Dog named Lily. So if any family out there remembers these pets, dog named Lily. Count is 1-2. No, it's 2-2. The Warriors are clinging to a 2-run lead. Sinkett has been outstanding for the Plainsmen. Oh, that curveball just hooked right over for strike 3. I got to say, this pitcher has looked fantastic.
Next up to bat for the Warriors, center fielder number 5.
Talking to the coach before the game, he mentioned his stuff, and he had a lot of confidence in him. He pitched for him a little bit last year, 9 innings, didn't give up hardly anything. So Briar Bellis takes that first pitch, hooked over the plate for strike 1. I don't know if I mentioned Manny's favorite pet, Callie, the dog. Hunter Curley's is Remy, a dog named Remy. I didn't get to mention that. Logan Sauerbright, we haven't seen him in the game yet. His favorite dog was Creed. Oh, boy, that ball's hit scorched right to the shortstop who caught it on the fly for out number 3. Boy, Sinkett is just mowing him down right now. I'll check it. He's right at 100 pitches, too. So we might see him for 10 more pitches in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Due up for Belle Plaine, Parrott, Walter, and Alcott. They're 1, 2, and 3 hitters. Folks, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back here in just a moment.
center fielder number 20.
All right, folks, we're back live at Wapsie Valley Field. Warriors are clinging to a 2-run lead. Again, due up for the Plainsmen. They're 1, 2, and 3 in the order. First pitch is taken down low for a ball. This is it, folks. We need one more inning here. That ball's hit high up in the air, but it's going to drift out of play. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Not sure if I got through all the Plainsmen's favorite pets or not. Alcott's was a dog. I think I mentioned dog. That ball is driven right to the left fielder, who makes the catch for, oh, he made the catch. That ball was hit right in front of him, and he reached down and caught it. That's Caden Dana out there for out number 1. That was a big out, too.
Now batting third baseman number 7, Mason Walter.
Mason Walter is due up. His favorite pet was an iguana. He was one of those that didn't give me a dog for an answer. He fouled that first pitch off for strike 1. There was another one, too. Let me try to find it. Oh, Rhett Parrott. He said his favorite animal was a lot lizard. If you're familiar with lizards, he was trying to explain it to me, and then we had to move on to warm-ups. But whoever a lot lizard is what he said. Huh? Gave it a name, Lindsay. He used to have one, he said. I don't know what it is. Boer thinks he was just messing with me.
Out number 2. Now batting first baseman number 5, Ty Alcott.
So I just got the explanation. Probably shouldn't have mentioned that one on the air then. You know, I ask these kids these questions, and I'm as old as I am. I haven't heard of everything yet. Hopefully gave you all of you a laugh, especially one of those of you that know what it is. So we've got a count here, 2 balls and no strikes. I'm surprised none of the other players started laughing or anything. They must not have known what it was either. I bet they didn't know. Did I miss any of the other? Oh, there was a cat, Aiden Campbell, Crawley. I don't think we've seen Campbell in this game yet. Nope. That pitch is taken for a strike. Otherwise, the rest of them were all dogs. Dustels is Izzy, Benna's, Jackson Smith. I don't think we've seen him in the game yet either. 8th grader. That pitch airs. Bamey makes a good play for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. That'll do it for the top of the 7th inning. And boy, the Warriors hang on to win this game. No runs, no hits, no errors in that top of the 7th inning. Our final score is going to be Wapsie 4, Plainsmen 2. Boy, I got to tell you, this game was a lot tighter than I expected it to be. Very good pitching on both sides. Let me just give you some of the final stats here. And make sure you stick around, folks. I've got one of the coaches coming up to join me for a post-game show. But Sandkit, I guess both Sandkits pitched. They must have switched positions then. I didn't catch it. Sorry about that. But both of them pitched in this game. The first one was, I think, Wade? Will pitched first. So Wade was first. Yeah, Wade pitched to start off the game. Pitched 5 innings, only gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. Did walk 6 and struck out 4. So I assume is his brother, Will. He came in and finished the game with an inning, struck out 1. Clean inning for them. Only 1 hit was allowed by the Warriors. Hunter Curley, he's going to get the win tonight. He pitched 4 innings, only allowed 1 hit. 2 runs. Neither one of them were earned. Remember, we had a couple of errors in those innings that he gave up runs, but he did give up 4 walks, struck out 7. Garrett Shannon came in and he finished the game with 3 innings. Didn't give up a hit, didn't give up any runs, only allowed 2 walks, and he did strike out 4. So he'll get credit for the save. That's a 3-inning save for Garrett Shannon. Going through some of the individual batters, Briar Bellis, he finished with 2 hits. He was 2 for 4, drove in a run, 2 RBIs. Jake Shore also had 2 hits. He was 2 for 3 tonight. Caden Dana, he got on base with a couple of walks. So did Manny Hebner. He got on base with a couple of walks as well. Making the final out was Briggs Bamey, his first varsity experience. I hope his parents were able to see it. If they're not here at the game, I'm hoping they caught it on the live stream to see their son make his first varsity play of his varsity career. So that's going to wrap things up for now. I'm going to grab one of those coaches, and I'll have him back here. I'm going to turn the cameras on so that way you can see our beautiful smiling faces. And we'll be back here in just a moment. go ahead and take over.
Me?
Are we live? All right. Hey, folks, we're back for our post-game show here at Wapsie Valley Field. I've got the legendary coach, Tom Jakin, with me, as promised. Thanks for sticking around, Coach. Whew.
Yeah. Nail biter.
It was.
We figured out pitching, and we settled in pitching-wise. I thought Hunter got better there at the end, and Garrett looked really well.
Yeah, he did. And, Hunter Curley, he pitched really well. I mean, the defense, you mentioned in the pregame, or not in my pregame, but when we were talking, we need good defense, right, behind the pitcher. And we made a couple of costly errors, and both of those errors ended up scoring runs. Right. I would think that, because those would have been first out of the innings, who knows what would have happened, right? Yeah.
And, to only give up 2 runs after that, I thought was good too. We buckled down and pitched out of it. And, the bats weren't there tonight, but pitchers carried us tonight.
Right. And you know what? That Senkin, is his name Senkin? He was outstanding.
Crafty.
I mean, coming into this game, from last season, he pitched only 9 innings, but he didn't give up hardly anything. Yeah. And when I was talking to their coach before the game, he mentioned he had 3 really good pitches. He had that combination of curveball, slider, slurve, for lack of a better word. Right. And then he threw a changeup. His fastball was hitting 75, 76 consistently, even in the 5th inning. And, boy, when he paired that up with a couple of those curveballs, I mean, there was a couple I didn't blame the hitters. They just froze.
Yeah, he had a good outing for them, and crafty pitcher, I guess I would call him. Kept us off balance, and their defense did a pretty darn good job behind them.
Yeah, they did. And let's talk about, we're 2-0 in the season, right?
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Win is a win. It was kind of ugly tonight, but a win is a win, and we got things we're going to work on tomorrow in practice. And I think the big thing tonight was it was tough coming after a big win to get focused, and I think we did later on, but just to get that focus and that energy back from last night, it was a struggle for us for the first few innings.
Right, it was. He managed to get the lead early, gave them a couple runs back. They got back in it. But, the key is he got good pitching down the end. Defense came around, made some good plays, and, hey, we're 2-0.
We're 2-0, yep.
Let's talk about that win last night. That had to have been awfully special, right?
Oh, it was a good program win, one of the best ones in my 11 years, and that's a 4A school. They had 19 wins last year, didn't graduate a whole lot, and had some good kids coming back. And for them to, we knew they were going to have a lot of people there, and it was their first game under the lights, and we wanted some revenge for what they did here to us last year, and I think we got it. So
quite a turnaround. Last year they came into our ballpark, and it was the first night under the lights, and they just clobbered us 14-0.
Yep, it's a game I'd like to forget.
Yeah. Of course, I got to bring it back up.
Yep.
But the key to that, though, is last night was their first night underneath the lights.
Yep.
And they had a fireworks display afterwards, after the game and everything, and, boy, just stuck it right to them.
Yep, they did, and great win for us. Tucker really pitched well, and one of the best outings that's right up there, is probably his top 3 best outing that I've seen him have. Yeah. The one last year at Dyke, there was one last year against Key High. Those were similar outings, but I thought he was. You can't get much better than what he did last night.
Right.
I think he had two hits and 11 strikeouts and only 3 walks, which is big for Tucker when he has his control.
Well, I talked to Tucker before the game, and he mentioned that his wildness is what got him in trouble the last time, because he faced the same team a year ago. Yep. And he said last night he was just able to throw strikes. He said he was able to get them to chase that upper fastball he had. He said it was tailing up on him, and he said when he got that pitch going, that it was he made it really tough on the hitters. Yep. And you made an interesting comment to me, earlier, that he just had that look.
Yeah, all night he wanted it.
Yep.
And that we need that out of him, that senior leadership. And he was a bulldog last night. He just wanted to grind out that win for us.
Yeah, and he absolutely did. So the Warriors are starting off the season 2-0. We're going to be back here Thursday night against Crestwood.
Crestwood.
Are they still a Class 2A school?
They are.
They are. So we're going up another class for them. This is a team we played at least the last couple of years.
Yeah, they've battled us. You know, it's not going to be easy. I think, you know, we've had some success against them, but they usually are right in the game with us.
Okay.
So,
got an idea who you're going to throw that night?
we're going to throw Blake Hesse, our third base catcher, third base again, you know, last night, and he caught tonight. It's be his turn in the rotation, and we've got Tyler in relief. So we do have some kids going down to state track. We wish them well. So those two are going to have to really pitch for us.
And will we see those kids then next? Because this is a state track starting Thursday.
Yep.
So they should be back starting next week's game, I assume?
Tuesday next week we'll have a full squad. So
Okay. And the upcoming schedule for the Warriors, I mentioned Thursday night, that's back here at the ballpark. So, you know, make sure if you don't have plans that evening, come out and see this team. We may have something special cooking. Wouldn't you agree, Coach?
yeah, we do. I mean, this is a really good ball club. Come out and support and watch us, and it's fun baseball. I mean, these guys entertain me, and you know, I'm really looking forward to the season.
We've got a loaded front half of the schedule with a lot of home games. So next week we'll be back at home. It looks like Clayton Ridge, Ablington, Barkersburg, Hudson. We're going to have 3 games at home next week, folks. So make some plans to be here. Coach is going to be at full strength. We're going to have I think we're going to have Trayton Sauerbrei here.
Yep.
Who else were we missing? Landon, is it Short? No, what was it? Molds. Thank you.
Yep. Molds will be back. I mean, they were over there. They had like a track send-off tonight, but a lot of them came after that, and they'll be playing next week, so we'll get them in there.
All right. Sounds good. Hey, that's going to wrap things up here. Thank you, Coach, for joining me. And good luck on Thursday.
Thank you.
Guys, like I said, come out and support us. Otherwise, we'll be back here in the live stream, so feel free to tune in if you're unable to make it. But we'll see you guys Thursday night. Go Warriors!